disclose what I'm hearing. The Los Angeles Lakers have decided to sit LeBron James for the rest of the season, and USA Today Sports' Jeff Zillgitt tells us how they came to that decision. USA TODAY Los Angeles, 6 months and 5 days before LeBron James's NBA season formally came to an end Saturday, the new Los Angeles Laker thought he didn't have anything to prove. Not to himself, not to the basketball world in general, and especially not to the fans of his new team. Their loyalty and trust, according to him, was not something that should have to be earned, but was something that should be automatic. We know this because James said it, with a salty response to a question from USA Today Sports. It went like this. Question: LeBron, ELA. Fan base, how do you expect to earn their trust and their loyalty? James: who, me? Me? Huh? USAT: yes, you. James: I signed a 4-year deal. What do you want me to do? Well, a winning record would have been nice. A team that looked cohesive would have been a wonderful bonus. A few less shoulder slumps and angered frowns, that would have been cool, too. It was a different time back then, long before the Lakers stumbled from one farcical development to another, culminating in James's campaign being shut down Saturday as the Lakers announced he would miss the final 6 games to allow his groin to fully heal. He suffered the injury on Christmas Day in a game against the Golden State Warriors. In September, optimism was swirling through Lakerland. It was different because the season hadn't started, which meant it hadn't begun the process of turning into a dumpster fire. Everyone was happy. The best player in basketball was in town and the good times were returning. Such was the level of certainty about all that, it was being said as fact. James would lead the Lakers to the playoffs, where they had not been since 2013, and then, a season later, into contention for a championship. Some fans plopped down big bucks for tickets to see the 3-time NBA champion and 4-time MVP showcase his talent. Thank you. You're almost signed up for sports. Keep an eye out for an email to confirm your newsletter registration. More newsletters. Thin spoken message from James that day in September was that any line of questioning that didn't involve fawning over him was not especially welcome. The problem is that no longer meshes with the mood of the fans. This is Hollywood, and for a while the supporters were prepared to suspend belief and laud James simply on past achievement and celebrity force. Not now. Losing is no longer a cute little novelty for Lakers fans. It has stretched for 6 seasons, but this was the time things were supposed to get better. Instead, this season has somehow seemed even more miserable than those that came before it. Nothing has gone right. With James now sitting, the first-choice lineup is currently devoid of him, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram and Josh Hart. Rajon Rondo and JaVale McGee also missed spells, and James sat from Christmas Day through virtually all of January. LeBron James missed more games this season than any time during his career. Photo, Gary A. Vasquez, USA Today Sports. It is not all James's fault, but he did stir up a tumult of locker room emotions by making it painfully clear how much he wanted Anthony Davis to join the team, even if it meant virtually everyone else would have had to leave. He announced himself as the best player in history during one of his new television shows, as the team compiled a 29-27 record in games he played. At times he pouted his way back in defense, made his frustration with his teammates obvious and did precisely nothing to improve the spirits of a team that struggled while he was out while injured but truly fell into a spiral after he came back. Even if things don't get any better next season, and there is no guarantee of improvement, maybe shutting him down now is the right call. Doing so means he can depart off a rare victory, a 129-115 win over the Charlotte Hornets on Friday night. Furthermore, if the Lakers play what is essentially a group of G League guys the rest of the way, they can actually tank instead of just playing like a team that's tanking. It is hard to think that most of the players taking the court in these closing games will be around next season, though, which does nothing for continuity or cohesion. James is a great player and maybe he will turn things around. He is a fine ambassador for the sport and has done a lot of good with his charitable works. But he has shown little sign of being a valuable teammate since arriving on the West Coast, and nothing to fulfill that wide-eyed hopefulness that Lakers fans felt in the heady time after he left Cleveland. If the rest of his Lakers tenure falls in a heap, it will still have been a remarkable career, one of the finest ever. However, sports fans, eventually, inevitably fall into a "what have you done for me" mentality. The simple fact is that so far, James has done nothing to earn that loyalty he once took for granted. Follow USA Today sports columnist Martin Rogers on Twitter @RogersJourno.